Yo, everybody. It's your boy CM. I haven't said this in so long, but is that so dope? Got my man Vince in the building. Wait on JD to come in. This is That So Dope, everybody. On the DSN network, the disrespect will be televised. And of course, That So Dope is here. It's your boy CM once again. Vince, what's happening, man?
Man, nothing much, man. I'm here. I'm here.
You're here.
I'm
You're here,
here.
life. I'm here. As I always said, life.
Yeah, in
Life.
life.
That's
Yeah, I woke up this morning.
this morning. Hey, listen, hey, that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
absolutely.
you can't do anything about it. You can't say anything. Hey, what happened? How's your day, man? I woke up.
I woke
Well, I
up.
can't remember who
You
was
know,
a comedian.
and I it was I didn't even I got that from a guy one time that
One time
I
that
just told him. I said,
I
"How
was
you doing?" And he said, "I woke up this morning."
this morning.
I
Right,
was just like, "Okay, all right, that's what's up, bro."
right.
So,
So, man,
but
hey,
yeah,
that's all
man,
you can do.
that's all you can do,
That's all
man. And
you can
yeah, I'm here. I'm present and accounted for.
count for. Hey, that's all that matters, and that's good. That's great. Because I mean, you're gonna be present and accounted for. You woke up. You thank God every day, every single day. I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
breathing. Yeah. And hey, just and make the best of the day,
make the
and
best
that's what
of
it
it.
is. Yes. And I do have to do this because we're on a different network. We're on a new network. You're on a DSN network. That's So Dope podcast. This is the first time we've done a podcast, and God knows how long for this one. And we've been on some other shows as well, the weekly wrap up shows, some other stuff, and y'all have probably seen us there. This is our podcast. We had this podcast for like I don't know 5, 6 years now.
Hmm.
It felt like it's been that long, but this is a kind of a reprieve for us to kind of get away. And the third member of our crew is coming up here. We're trying to get him in here, by the way. This is going to be JD. See if JD's going to be in. We got JD in the building. What's happening, man?
What's going on, man?
JD,
What's going
that
on?
What's
We
up,
beard,
Vince?
got,
that beard, bro. That look
oh,
at
man,
that beard. I
Man,
ain't
I
seen
like
you in
it.
a
I like
minute.
it.
I ain't seen you. Yeah, them
man, I've
kids
been
got you. They working on you.
I've been MIA, bro. I just just
I
get like
feel you, man. I
out the
feel you.
way.
Nothing.
We were just saying. I told Corey. He asked me how I was doing. I said, "Well, man, I woke up."
Hey, that's what happens. That's what happens.
Yeah.
But we on the live right now. As I was saying, this is JD. Everybody, this is the original crew of That's So Dope. If you've never heard any of our stuff, it's still on Apple, some of the old stuff. Right now, we're on the DSN network. We're doing something a little different. Maybe in the future, some live shows, and of course, everything's gonna be taped, recorded. But basically, what we do is we take some everyday things. We like to talk about a little bit of sports, a little bit of movies, some not so funny things to talk about all the time. We make it funny. Nothing's ever too serious for us. We're gonna give our perspective about a lot of different things, but that's okay.
Mhm.
But just like I said, that's what we're doing. But everybody's here in the building. Listen, we kind of I'm a little rusty, and as we all been doing, I haven't been doing a pod. We hadn't done a podcast in forever and a day, but in the past, we kind of started this little thing. I can't remember what it's called. What was it the whole move of the week?
Oh man, dang,
Wow.
bro.
You
I
bringing
know
Oh
I
that
know
yeah,
who
back.
that goes to.
Who that
I'm just
goes?
gonna start
Wait.
this out. Wait,
That's
I
one of the
you know
young
I've
Scotty.
been out of the loop for a while. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
okay. Yeah, we talked about this. Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen, the whole move of the week. Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan's right hand man, his peanut butter, his jelly to his peanut butter, all that kind of stuff. They won 6 NBA championships together. They got multiple rings. They got a dream team. Also the kind of stuff. Scottie Pippen in the past 2 years, ever since the last the final season stuff came out about Chicago Bulls, Scottie Pippen has been on a rampage. I'm not gonna read his book, by the way, because this is it's disrespect. It's got to be disrespectful. And
I
Scottie
wasn't
Pippen's one of
planning
the
on it.
best. Yeah, he's one of the best 50 players of all times, right? In the NBA, he's one of the best 50 players. They created this small forward position for Scottie Pippen, right? So he is the founder of the small forward position. In a recent comment, he's like, LeBron James. I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit. LeBron James is the goat. You know, he's the. Let me rephrase this. He is the
Statistical.
most the statistical GOAT, basically. And I said this a long time ago. I said he will go down in history as the best statistical basketball player ever. And he will be. He's got the longevity. He's been in the league 20 years. It's surprisingly, LeBron James has been in the league 20 years. But statistically, he's the greatest basketball player of all times, no matter what. Then he backends it by saying that Michael Jordan was horrible. He was a horrible teammate. Michael Jordan horrible in the same sentence. I can understand if he was a horrible husband. That's something his wife would say. You know, I can understand if he was a horrible father. That's something his kids would say. I can understand if he was a horrible businessman or a horrible GM. That's something the Hornets would say, but not a horrible basketball player. Like, how do you the disrespect, the nerve of you to call the greatest basketball player of all times horrible? He went to North Carolina.
You want 6 rings or I take his 6 rings.
Yeah, I know you. I take his 6 rings.
I take them all.
It's just like me saying Dennis Rodman. No, Dennis Rodman was horrible. Dennis Rodman got 5 championships. I don't care what dress he wore on Tuesday.
Basketball guys.
Yeah, I don't care what dress Dennis Rodman wore to brunch. That man's got 5 NBA championships. 5.
Yeah.
How could you say Dennis Rodman was horrible? Come on, this guy Scottie Pippen's wrong for that, man.
Yeah.
He's wrong for that.
I'm just gonna say this, you know, when you get older, man, I think sometimes your brain your brain just start going other places, bro. So
you gotta think too, man. He lost his wife. He just might be in a bad place right now, man. And he you know, they say hurt people. So
I'm just gonna drink this, so I ain't hurt nobody.
Look, technically he didn't lose his wife. I don't want to say like it was like a tragedy or something like that.
No, it was tragic.
It's
tragic. It's tragic.
You said
I know the way Vince said it's kind of tragic.
It's tragic. It's tragedy.
She's tragic. Okay, well he lost to the Future first. That was disrespectful. You took an L.
I almost about to say she trash, but I ain't gonna go that far.
She's say that.
She for the streets.
You got to remember something. The disrespect will be televised. If she is trash, say the woman's trash.
Everybody can't be a housewife.
No, she can't be a housewife. No, she's not. If you don't know, she was with Future. She was with what's the guy's name?
It's more.
Yeah, I didn't know all this.
Bro,
yeah, she was the Future.
I'm for the drink some more of this.
Yeah, red flag.
In the Gucci flip flop. That was listen. She was with Future.
Who's that? Somebody said one time, that's everybody girl. I don't know who said that,
but she was for everybody. Listen, I don't listen. I'm not judging anybody.
Everybody girl.
Right. Pippen, and he's like, she said some profound things about their marriage. I don't want to get into all that because that's a personal thing. But at the end of the day, I know Scottie Pippen may have his side or whatever. That's an NBA basketball player. You was married with him for a long time. You have every right to lead that man. Absolutely. Every right to lead Scottie Pippen. But man, there's a whole saying, you don't supposed to cheat down, you gotta cheat up. You gotta up the ante. And bro, like that was, and she went to Future. Like that's despicable. That's like that's like the worst of the worst. And he gonna write a song about it, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna write a song about it. That's bad, bro. Like,
what's the name of the song? What it called? 33?
So okay, so check. So let me make sure I understand. I thought you meant that she was with Future before she ever got with Scottie or something.
No.
This is after. So she just wanted to be treated. She just wanted to be dogged out. Is what it was. What you telling me?
She wanted to be a part of the crew.
She wanted to be for the streets.
Hey, listen, she's dated multiple NBA players, so to speak. Now she's dating Michael Jordan's son, Jeffrey, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
He's like 33. I talked to my brother. He's like, bro, it doesn't matter. She's like 30. He's like 33. She's like, it doesn't matter. I don't care how old I don't care how old. You ought to know you're the adult. You're like 45.
Who the adult? Well,
Yeah, I mean,
Nobody.
like which one?
Nobody.
Right? Can you imagine? Can you imagine you at the basketball game, Jeffrey Jordan in the playground playing ball is like, man, Miss Pippen fine.
Man, that's
He's
odd.
like,
That's just
hey,
odd and awkward.
he's like, layup. He's like, I'm gonna date her one day. It's like this is despicable. Like, how could you? That's sad, bro. And I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan's like, you know what? Everybody's invited for Christmas dinner. Don't bring her. It's like, now you can't
Nah,
even
that's weird.
I'm sure nobody's invited for Christmas dinner.
How do you
Right,
bring them for family events? Like how do you
that's
do
what I'm
that?
saying. And what if they get married? Then what?
Nobody's thinking long term. I promise you.
Oh no.
Right.
We can go ahead.
Right.
We can call it a wash.
Because she wasn't thinking long term with future.
Nobody thinks long term with future. Nobody. You gotta
That boy up
outthink
to
future.
something.
You gotta out the future got like 12 kids. You gotta outthink future.
Future said I got a problem.
Outthink, bro. I don't know.
You gotta out future future.
All right, let me use my kinesiology technical terms. She had a plan B, and she had a. Never mind. Let me stop. Let me stop.
Honestly, the only person I think that kind of got the future a little bit was probably Russell Wilson. He's the only man that I know that could right or wrong. And just Sierra was with Future, she got a baby, and then Russell Wilson came out of nowhere, and he's Captain Saver, you know what? And he got it, he saved it, and hey, guess what? Sierra's a whole new woman in the light. You know,
she was that woman. She was that woman from the beginning. She just got with the wrong man.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice about the situation.
Look, you know that life will get you a little bit.
With that.
It just brought her over there for a little bit.
Everybody want to be in the streets for a little bit until they get in the streets, and then they realize they don't want that no more.
What like you just said, I can hear the streets come. You know, it's sad, but that's true. But Scottie Pippen, I don't know. Hopefully one day Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan sit down and hope it's like on NBC or something, and they have like a 2020 special.
I think it'll be an old man brawl.
Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas will get together and rekindle something before him and Scottie Pippen will, because Isaiah and Michael, they don't like each other, period. And Michael, at this point in time, Scotty's on Michael Jordan's bad list, and I don't know why you say you do not say the GOAT is horrible. Like, we already know this. We've discussed this several times over. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Okay, LeBron James is statistical best player of all time statistically, but you know, just I got a text message this tonight on my cousin's big cousin chat, and he's like, what makes Michael Jordan? He said, if LeBron James is the GOAT, then why do people go to the store and buy Michael Jordans?
There you go.
Like, I mean, because shoes are shoes. Michael Jordan been out of the game for I don't know how long, 20-some years?
Somewhere up in
it's
there.
About 20 years. And guess what? Boom, just like that, his shoes are still. He's selling old shoes.
Still the same shoes. The same shoes we were buying back in the day. And then you read them old East Bay books. Man, we were paying $100 for Jordans. And that was too much. Now they're $200.
Exactly. 95, 99.99 for a pair of J's. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, who's paying $100 for shoes? Fast forward 20. Who's paying $250 for shoes? Who's paying $400 for shoes?
Bro, they better be glad. They better be glad I couldn't get a credit card back then, because I would have snatched them all up. But like, he still got the same shoes from 10 years ago, from 20 years ago.
Swing. Somebody go rob Mike Bibby. Somebody go rob Mike Bibby. He got him. Bibby got him all.
Mike Bibby, man, I don't know. On food with that man, some roids.
Hey.
Yeah,
Bibby got the Space Jam. Hey, he built. Hey, Mike Bibby, he stacked. Hey, he stacked for sure.
He got him. I don't want to fool with him.
Shout out to Mike Bibby, man. He's got all those stuff. I don't know if you guys will pay attention. On the show, something we're gonna cover off and on here is the Deion Sanders Colorado thing. I've been meaning to talk about this for a long time, man. I've been talking about this for a long time. We hadn't had a podcast like this in forever. And Deion Sanders, if y'all haven't heard, if you've been under a rock, Deion Sanders is in Colorado. I've been paying attention to his show on YouTube. Shout out to his son, Well Off Media. I pay attention to those guys. He does a fantastic job with the show and the behind the scenes and stuff, and it's very entertaining. You guys haven't watched it, it's this Well Off Media. It sounds exactly how it sounds. You just type it into YouTube, you can watch all the behind the scenes stuff here in Colorado. But the transfer portal in college football, there was a lot of controversy behind him sending, treating kids the wrong way. This Colorado team was 1-10. They kind of sucked, and they just weren't very good. And Deion Sanders comes in.
Nothing. They was trash.
How would you feel if you were a football player in Colorado and Deion Sanders came in and was like, you know what? You're probably not going to be here throughout the semester. We're going to work you out, and, you can leave if you want to. How would you feel if that coach came in and was like, your services are no longer needed?
I respect it. I'm sorry. He gave you heads up warning. You ain't a part of this program. You got time now. Say, hey, hit the dough. He didn't tell you like that, but he said, hey, he's trying to give you an opportunity to go somewhere where you can play and maybe fit in the system that's beneficial for you. You not needed for me. You got to go. So it's the polite way of saying bye.
I don't know. Everybody feels differently about this conversation. I don't like how it was presented. Me personally. I think that it was a little too brash, especially being how when he talked to his old players from Jackson State, he told them not to jump into that portal. But then he told the people in Colorado to go ahead. It was almost like a mixed message, in my opinion.
Well, but the portal it's open for anybody. It's kind of like them. It's kind of like the women for the streets. It's open for everybody. If you got to find your way, man. You got to find your way. It's for everybody.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's like this, and so you just got hired on at a company that was underperforming, okay, and everybody there has been there for years, and they've all been underperforming by 50%. Your job is to get them above 50%. Are you gonna keep the same staff, or are you gonna hire new staff?
Now, there's a way you can do this. You can give them a time period and train them the way they need to be trained under the performance standards that you need, or you could just jump the gun and get rid of them. I'm not saying Deion did that. I'm not saying he did that. To an extent, some of those players might could have helped, but you can evaluate talent when you walk in that door and say, okay, this guy does not fit my system.
True.
So I look at it from that standpoint.
All right. So if I'm a player on Colorado, I'm like, well, try me out. Let me see if I fit in. Let me see if I can work your system. You just showed up here and walked in the door and was like, yeah, you fired.
I ain't gonna say that. It was some people that got to play in that spring game, and that's where it came from. A lot of people went to that spring game. Some of them didn't get in that game. I don't know what happened. I can't say if it was a fair chance, but they got told after that.
And now this is what I say. I watched a lot of his stuff, and there's Well Off Media. They do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Some of the guys you could tell they kind of weren't gonna fit in. Deion Sanders he's got a certain personality.
You don't get the.
And he did, but no, I'm saying he did get my. They all worked out. They did their proper evaluations. They practiced. Some of the guys just weren't. They weren't.
Nah, they didn't. He showed up that day and told them.
No,
he did. He gave them a fair warning. He said
he showed up that day and basically, and that was the other thing. Okay. So I just had to, and I love Deion Sanders. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I didn't like the whole part where it was like, well, I'm bringing my son and and he finna do this and do that. You know, when you got who was it? Is it Josh McCown's boy that's over there? That was the quarterback. Yeah. So I just felt like I was like, man, like so it ain't even up for debate. It ain't even. All right, I put it to you like we talk about the job, the job, the workforce. So imagine if new guy comes into work, Corey, and he said, "I'm bringing my cousin." You know, we replacing everybody, but your cousin, his cousin works your position. I'm bringing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would that make you feel?
I'd be pissed off, but I understand.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But here's
and
the thing.
It ain't even a competition between y'all two. He just letting you know.
But this is where I come in at. I talk to him like, listen, you want a dog? I can be a dog. I can bite. You know, but that's what he's. The thing about Deion Sanders that I had to get an understanding with too was it was a test of who they were as players, because he's like, I want dogs. That was his whole thing. I want some dogs. I want some fires. I want some guys to go to war. If you're just gonna roll over and roll it, that's fine. It depends on how you took the message. If you already took the message as if, okay, I'm gonna bring some guys with me. Okay, well, this, I ain't gonna compete. I ain't gonna try to roll over. I'm just gonna quit. Well, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I took it that way. That's one way to take it. Like, dang, I ain't even gonna compete. Well, I'm gonna show you what I'm made of. That's one way to do that. The other way is, I'm gonna jump in the portal. You're not gonna give me an opportunity. I'm just gonna jump in the portal and see what happens. That's the other way you can take it. So I see both sides, and there's a lot of people that don't like the message that he sent. I didn't think there was anything wrong with the message. I just thought it was brash. It came out real brash, and I'm like, it could rub people the wrong way. But I'm not talking to Pee Wee football player. I'm talking to grown men.
And when you're trying to change the culture of a squad from 1-10 to a winning team, like some people got, and I'm sure Deion was able to watch all the film he could over every player on that team. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if he did that, but I'm sure he had some insight on what they look like. I'm sure he did, because I mean, what's good on the one.
Way too quick. That happened.
But you know what?
That happened way too quick.
And that's what you need sometimes.
He came in like Pinky. You fired.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I just wasn't. I don't know. I'm not saying I like again. I love Deion. I love Deion Sanders, but I just felt like the way he walked into Colorado, it was just like, man, like
came in like
if it wasn't. I'll put it to you like this: if it was not Deion, we would have had a problem with it. That's the way I matter of fact, I said you take Deion out of the equation, and you go get, Nick Saban, and he go do that. We'd be having a whole nother conversation.
Hey, you know how I feel about Nick Saban, so you can't throw that name out there. No way. But at the end of the day, that's a personal bias. So regardless, I'm gonna be biased against the situation.
Everybody's personal bias. That's what I'm saying.
Look, I don't like Nick Saban.
I only agree with it because it was Deion Sanders.
I don't look. I look at it like this.
I told my buddy, I said, he loved what Deion did, and I just said, man, I'm not trying to do this, but I said, let me ask yourself this question: flip the races. How would you feel about that conversation if that was a black quarterback being told he lost his job because somebody is related to the new quarterback? It's like you be up in arms.
But this is me. I'd have to know what's going on with the situation. The race doesn't bother me. The race doesn't bother me. It's the message that's being sent. Because when you play football, like I do, there's always a message. And if you were 1-10, I got to change this culture into a winning culture. And if that takes me upsetting some people and being able, let's not forget about this transfer portal. Let's not forget about that, because now we can get people to come to this school that have never been here in years.
I get that we got to turn the program around. He ain't the first one to try to do that. Herm Edwards tried to go do that.
But he's the first one who's trying to do it under these
But
new rules.
He the first one that then came in here and then told the team day one, y'all are done.
Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna bring this up because we played the card. You played the card. I do have to bring this up. Deion Sanders is black. He's got the shortest leash, and you already know that.
Mhm.
They're not gonna give him.
Very true.
They're not gonna give him 4 years to do it. I got to do it now. So that is to me the other biggest card that had to be played. They're not gonna give me 5 years to turn this around. I can't go 0-10 for 2 or 3 seasons. That's not gonna work.
Look, you can't go 1-10.
I can't go 1-10. They gave me the, I don't know what their relationship is, but you know well as I know, there's a short leash out there. They fired an NBA championship coach after 2 seasons of losing the first round. Deion Sanders don't stand a chance at Colorado. If they win 5 games, that's an improvement. But you've got to produce.
It ain't enough to keep his job.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't even have NIL deals there at Colorado. So that's a damaging for recruits already, because these kids are jumping for money.
Yeah.
The NIL, we don't even talk about that. That's a whole S show altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So bank is a little bit different over there. So you need winning culture.
So now fast forward, he had a press conference. I guess some alumni came out, some press came out. They had a press conference, and he was talking about how these kids, the entitlement of the kids nowadays, they expect money for something they haven't done, or the accolades from high school. I agree with that 1,000%. What makes you think you deserve $1 million and you just start playing college football out of high school now? What makes you think you're going to be that guy in college?
Because if we brought that conversation up we had way back when we were talking about this before it happened, we all chimed in. We had our moments. It's great for some of the kids, but at the same time, now that it's out, we see all of the confusion that is brought out. The quarterback that was supposed to go to Florida, waiting on all of this money, trying to do all of this stuff, and boom, he reneges on the deal, got his money, boom, went somewhere else. I want to say somewhere California, but that's what, as a culture, as a society, is what people are trying to get, which is money, that ultimate dollar. That's what they have created because they're trying to throw it out there at them. And now that's all they feel is entitlement. So they don't have to work. Oh, my college game speaks for me. My high school game speaks for me before I even make it to college. And now you got all this money. And what do you do with it? We don't know.
My favorite example is Mikey Williams. Mikey Williams, he's been a phenom for basketball for years and years and years. He got an NIL deal in high school. Basically, the kid's worth like $8 million. And he hadn't stepped a foot on campus anywhere. He's supposed to be going to Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt he plays a year or two at Memphis. He's gonna get out of school. I don't think he's gonna make it to the pros. Is he a good basketball player? He's probably played at 10 high schools since he's probably played in 10 high schools since he's been available to play basketball. He's been in the East Coast, West Coast. He's been in the East Coast and West Coast, all kind of stuff. He's got a mansion. He's worth like $8 billion. Why would he even want to go to the pros? Why would I want to play college basketball? I already got my money. Why would I want to do anything else? For what?
If you're smart.
He wasn't even a Jordan game. He didn't make it to the Jordan game. He didn't make it to All-American game. That goes to show you, like, they're giving him money. Is he a good basketball player? Yeah, he's a very good basketball player. But he's a YouTube sensation. You giving this kid money, and he's making money off of his name, image, and likeness.
Well, I don't know.
What incentive does it take for him to go to the pro? There's no incentive at all.
You know what? If there was an incentive of anybody, I think Allen Iverson is the ultimate answer for this for your statement. Because Allen Iverson's been out of the league how many years? Who knows? But
almost 20 years.
Allen Iverson had he had a contract with Reebok. It turned in from being scrapped up from being a 5-year deal to a lifetime deal. And he's getting $800K a year just from a shoe deal. And when he turns 55 here in a couple of years, he's going to get a check for $32 million. If that's not incentive enough to go to the NBA or at least get there and make it, because you're worth 8 million. What can $32 more million do for me? Even if I'm done, if I'm good enough to accomplish a goal to where I can have a lifetime contract and they pay me.
Man, I'd go to. I give me a YouTube series. I have YouTube pay. If I got 1 million some followers on YouTube, I'm making money off of YouTube. I'm getting a YouTube check. I got to do nothing
Well,
else. What I'm going to go to the pros for?
Well, that's what I'm saying. There are different multiple avenues out there for you to make
True.
your resources. So even if you attempt to go to the NBA, you know what I'm saying? This is now, hey, let me add this to my YouTube part, because guess what? I attempted to go and they get to see the struggles that I went through or the ups and the downs that I had. And I can add this as a part of my YouTube channel, even if I do make it or I don't make it. And I can make it even bigger even before or after my career is over. So I mean, you got to think with the end in mind, because like I'm worth $8 million now. When does that $8 million run out?
Exactly. But JD, you thinking like a grown up.
Oh, of course I am.
Like an adult.
Very true.
You thinking like an adult. You thinking like a married man with
We
kids.
talking about kids.
He's
We
18
talking about
years old. He's
kids.
not thinking like
Yeah, he ain't thinking about old money. He's talking about right now money.
He's got $100,000 chain on. He got a Maserati and probably drove a Bentley to prom and all this other kind of stuff. And which is a great segue to what I was going to. Ja Morant is one of the other generational talents that has been in the news lately. For some reason, he can't keep guns out of his hands, and he can't keep a camera out of the other.
Wrong. He didn't do nothing wrong, though.
Keep saying it, Vince. Keep saying it. I'm with you.
Wrong.
Because my biggest defense is let's go through before you get through with this. Let's go through and look at all the gun-toting Americans that post their pictures with them and their families, all with rifles, all shotguns, whatever the case may be. All this dude did was have a gun in a video. He didn't shoot nobody. He didn't he didn't do anything with it. He just had it. And what rule did he break that said, "Hey, I can't have a gun"? So if there's no rule that say I can't have a gun, what message does it send? He's not killing anybody. Yes, you signed up to be a star by being a role model by being in the NBA. That's your role model card. But who am I affecting? What little kid went out there with a little gun that you seen on social media waving their gun? Nobody. So who did we hurt? Oh, we hurt the people in the NBA's feelings. We hurt the sports writers' feelings. That young man, they did nothing wrong. He's 23. He's gonna make mistakes. This is a new generation. This is a new age. I'm not mad at him because everything that's going on, we got mass shootings in schools. We got all this other stuff going on. They not talking about that like that. So why you mad at him?
We say one thing, but then we show this, but then we made it legal to the open carry, but he on camera with a gun, and all of a sudden his job is in jeopardy. Like it's like it don't make sense.
So the thing about it was, and I'm not disagreeing with y'all at all, because it definitely makes sense. The thing about it was the NBA was like, no, the organization, the league in which you represent and you work for is like, no. That's the issue. That is the issue at hand. I understand.
How many of them? How many of them have guns? How many of them are part of the NRA? I'm sure quite a few of them. Why are you upset with him?
That have donated to the NRA.
And that's what I was about to say. Like the NBA ain't been listen.
Look, I know, Vince. I know. Look, let me stop. Don't do it.
You have no idea what money has transactions. You don't know what receipts are out there between the NRA and the NBA.
We know better than anyone. But we know better than anyone. Image is everything. What does it look like? Doesn't have to be anything. It just shows. It goes to show you right now. There's a heightened situation with gun violence and people shooting people, and all of a sudden we have Ja Morant, which is an iconic figure of the NBA, one of the faces of the NBA, the new faces of the NBA. He has a gun and he's on social media and he's listening to NBA YoungBoy. Side note: if you listen to him, you're probably stupid. But if you're listening to the music, it's like now he's just like you. It doesn't look good.
And
it's an image thing. It doesn't look good.
Just a message to Ja, you need to get some new friends. Because number one,
yes,
you don't need your friends putting you on camera everywhere you go.
Stop it. Stop putting it. Stop putting it. Is not cool to be on camera in a strip club. It's not cool to be on camera with a gun.
No.
It's not cool to be. Just no. Like, listen. Be like Dwight Howard. Okay, hide 8 baby mamas for as long as you can. Do that.
Look, nah, don't be like Dwight. Don't be like Dwight. Stay away from that. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Listen, hide them as long as you can. Don't let them ruin your image. Do not let them ruin your image. Image is everything in the NBA. I promise you. They will not put you on the box of Wheaties.
You know what?
Listen, image is so
everything
big.
We know, but I mean, what did he do?
If you look at it, watch the Damian Lillard Modelo commercial. If you ever watch TV and you watch it, Damian Lillard has a Modelo commercial. He did not once pick up a Modelo and put it to his mouth. He's just in the commercial. That lets you know how much image is everything. I'm not drinking Nick Young.
I'm not drinking it either. Nick Young had Henny. J.R. Smith had Henny. I'm drinking it.
Henny is the league sponsor. Not one NBA player was in the commercial drinking.
So you'll promote drinking and driving. You'll promote drinking and driving and all of that stuff because you have to think about it in further advance. But you won't promote. Sit there and let him. And you don't have to promote it. It was a video on the outside of the NBA, and it had nothing to do with them. So I can't have a gun in my video if I want to.
The thing about it that messed him up though, Gilbert Arenas messed it up for everybody. Gilbert Arenas messed the gun stuff up.
He had them in the arena, though.
He had him in the arena.
This had him in the arena. Don't know how you got him in there.
You know what I'm saying? He off the clock.
Who was off the clock? Ja Morant?
Ja Morant.
Yeah, he was off the clock, but he's on social media on the clock. You know how negative. You already know how negative social media is. You know how
we know
everybody on social media is. You do one thing, everybody's exploding, is blowing it up, and blah, 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 blah. That's how. So okay, one thing he did, he had a gun. I'm like, oh gosh. At first thing I was thinking, like, why would he do that?
It looked bad.
They're gonna blow it up. Yeah. You know, if he was feeding the homeless, that would have been the last video you saw.
Well, shout out to
if he gave somebody a wad of money, that'd be the last thing you saw.
True.
But no, Ja Morant's on the, he's being foolish. Yeah, it's a little foolish. I got you. You know, listen, you guys, you got guns. You don't walk. You're not shooting. You're not holding the video up. But you're not doing that. You know you're not doing that. So why would you do it in the first place?
Listen to me. Shout out to JJ Redick for getting out there and agreeing with that he did nothing wrong. And most people try to condone him, try to bury him because of his actions. Like I said, I understand the image of the NBA. You know, nothing's bigger than the NBA if you're a part of it. Nobody can be bigger than that. But at the end of the day, what did he do wrong? Because I'm looking at the 8 games. At first, I was like, okay, I can see it a little bit. You made your point right there. So if you set the precedence with it being 8 games, and now we're talking about a lengthy suspension, why can't it be another 8 games? No, it can't be because it can't be though. It can't be because at the end of the day, what did you do? Hell, at this point, when you come back, you might as well go over there. You might as well fight everybody you don't like, and then you'll get more games or less games than you did with the video of a gun.
So I'm gonna say this. If your job told you, JD, you better never go into a McDonald's. You can never be seen going.
Oh, don't worry about it. They good.
You go into
I ain't
McDonald's.
I ain't going.
You go into McDonald's one time. I just went to McDonald's. I just went to the bathroom. Doesn't matter. They saw you in a McDonald's because you work for Burger. You are a Burger King president, and they said you cannot be anywhere in McDonald's. And you went to McDonald's just to use the restroom. Guess what? A Burger King president went to McDonald's. That's all that matters.
Nah, I would never do it.
I bet you.
I would never do it.
People that work at Burger King eat McDonald's all the time. Nah, I don't eat no McDonald's.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, you know, I watched that McDonald's movie. I ain't ate McDonald's since then. That dude robbed everybody. Get them people. Get the real McDonald's their money. Give them their money. Stop playing.
But I'm like, but it's true. Like, you work for a company, they give you a rule. You have to abide by the rules. It's a
But
bylaw. You
the
understand that.
rule wasn't there in the beginning. It wasn't there in the
But,
beginning. It was a made
but
up
you,
rule after the first time. So we talked to
The
you and
rule for
said
him.
no more special rules for this guy because you're the one
but I'm
doing it. So if you was gonna do it when they sign the contract, it should be everything should be stated in their contract, and your lawyer, your agent should be able to, hey man, you can't be doing this right here. Boom, boom, boom. It should be in there already. You can't tell me I can't do something. I just got as much as rights as everybody else. But at the same time, yes, I understand I'm a role model, but I didn't do anything wrong.
I tell you this stuff. I'll tell you this much too. I tell you this much too. So it's not just the fact that he did it and he looked Adam Silver in the face and said, I made a mistake, I won't do it again. But then you
Uh,
did it again.
I
See,
wouldn't have
this
said anything. I'm sorry.
okay,
Y'all know me. Be like, man,
okay, wait
y'all
a minute.
talk crazy.
Y'all are parents, right? Okay. Y'all are parents. You know, you got young children. Eventually, young children, they're going to get to a point, they may lie a little bit more than they do now. You know, a little bitty kid lies cute. It's all right. Don't do it again. Spank, spank. You get a little older now, it's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you're doing. All right. Now, a lie and you lied is two different things. Okay. You told a lie, then you lied. You
I'm
already
not
know
there
the
yet.
lie that's most egregious. Like, you lied to my face. That's exactly what he did. You lied to my face. You told me you wasn't going to do it, and you did it anyway.
Well,
Oh,
this
you
me.
gonna pay for that?
Who's to say this video wasn't even before it even aired? So what if there was another time and the
That's
homies
very,
got out there and said boom,
that's
and now
very
it
true. Now
goes
you got to
out?
fire your homies. Now you know what I'm doing? I make a video just for my homies. Stop clipping my videos. I'm like, listen, y'all, you're not listen. If you come around me, I'm telling you right now, if as soon as y'all get around me, put your camera phones down. No camera
Yeah,
phones,
True.
no
no phone.
flashlights, no
But that's the
phones,
way it
nothing.
should be, honestly. If you with your homies and you in that position, you tell the homeboys, hey, and like I said, I'm just making my case. The reason why I say he's not, I don't feel like he did anything wrong. But at the same time, you know my role, you know my position. Somebody recorded you both times. Don't let them
You got
pull them phones out
you
around
got
you. Your
you got
circle got
duped
to be
twice.
right.
You got duped twice. You got suckered
Yeah.
twice. You got to be paying. You got to be more careful than that. Just like James Harden when he got suckered, but when he was with the women's and they was taking pictures of him, I'm like, how on earth you get like you can't be that sleep. Like you not that sleep, James.
I
You
don't
Nah, I
know.
wide.
don't know what
I don't know.
I don't know
I
what
don't know.
James had going on. I don't know them videos. I don't know the pictures.
Like,
But
yeah,
I,
he
I
may
uh,
have been drinking some
hey
Henny. We don't know.
sleep. James was
it's
sleep.
the NBA's approved choice.
I mean, like you gotta be on your P's and Q's, man. Like no camera
Yeah,
phones, no flash.
yeah.
Yeah, Herman was had the best quote. I never forget it. He's like, he tell people all the time. He's like, "There's nothing." He said, "Anytime you go after 10 o'clock, ain't nothing good gonna happen.
Yep,
Nothing good happens
you're
after ten
right.
o'clock."
Absolutely right.
He said, "Nothing good happens after 10 o'clock." And he said,
Yeah.
the last one he said, "Don't press send."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, he
I was
got
like,
that from Brett. He got that from Brett.
"Oh my gosh, Brett Favre." Y'all know I don't like Brett Favre, but you know, like that's
I
I
still
don't I
like
don't
him.
want
I still
I don't
like
want
him
to get on Brett Favre. He's that's the
for
mayor
the
of
most part.
Mississippi. I don't want to talk
Hey
about Brett Favre
man,
today.
hey. Look,
That's the mayor
I
of
just had to throw
Mississippi.
that in there. I just had to throw that in there.
You being messy, man. You being messy. That's what we gotta do. That's what
Hey,
it's
so
about.
sometimes you got to do that. You got to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Gotta sprinkle a little messy dust on there. Just a little messy dust. Do what it do. But no, I hope honestly I hope John Morant recovers from this. I really do. I hate it for him. He's a young
I hate it
guy.
for him
He's
too.
got to recover, but he's 23. He gonna be all right. We gonna pay his dues though. The NBA gonna tax him. You gonna be suspended. You gonna lose some money, but you got
Mm.
plenty of time to regain it. As long as you don't go out like CP3 and don't have a championship, you be all right.
Yeah.
You know, you got plenty of time to make that money back. Somebody's
Is it
gonna
over?
believe you. Kobe Bryant did it. Kobe Bryant had a trial. They waffed over that a long time ago. Hey, Kobe Bryant had some controversy. We
But that
almost
was a
didn't have.
different. That was a different day and time. That was a different day
It
and
was a
time.
different day and time, but we almost didn't have the Kobe that we had
Nah,
today.
I knew we was gonna have Kobe. Everybody knew that.
I was like, bro, that was rough. That was rough.
Yeah,
It
it
happened to
was.
OJ, can happen to anybody. Dang, coming. But
Listen, it
I
happened to
will
OJ.
say, I'm not gonna figure. Oh, Orenthal OJ, I'm not gonna bring that. That man got away with everything, though. But anyway, we don't get on that trial.
No, look, that's too far back. Some people don't know what we're talking about right now.
Not at all. I was like, who is OJ? I don't like apple juice. Good. Drink
Look,
apple.
look, there you go.
Drink apple juice. Who y'all got winning the NBA finals since we talking about the NBA real quick?
Oh boy. I'm going Denver. I gotta throw that on out there.
Denver.
I got the
I don't care.
Nuggets.
I don't care who they face at this point. Boston on the run right now, but man,
y'all picking Al Bundy over the Boston Celtics or Jimmy?
Hey man,
Jimmy G?
Yeah.
Al Bundy got that Uncle Rico tape though. Al Bundy got that real. He got the real Uncle Rico tape.
Polk out football. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He got the polk hot jersey underneath the real jersey. Yeah. I can't stop thinking like, man, that is Al Bundy for real. I don't know. I don't like the Nuggets. I just think they're fake. They can play some real good basketball. They really do. I'm not buying the Nuggets, man.
You know what's really fake though, and I hate to say it. Miami. That ain't
Don't say that.
No. I'm not saying I'm not saying in that aspect. I'm saying in the sense that you had a 3-0 lead. You let them get 3. The old Miami team, the old Miami teams of old. You know what I'm saying, Vince? They would never squander that.
They would have shot 25 free throws in one quarter.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, because I looked at all games that they lost, and I said, dang, the biggest thing is Jimmy Butler when he didn't play. And of course, I know you don't have Tyler Hero. I know you don't have Victor Oladipo. You're losing some guys. Duncan Robinson missed 2 wide open 3-pointers. Kevin Love didn't even play because he aggravated a foot injury in that last game. I said, man, but when you're trying to win a championship, all hands have to be on deck. And if you really in it, man, the only person that showed up is Caleb Martin. The only one. And that ain't the way that Miami team normally roll. Everybody, all hands on deck.
What's his name? Is it Gabe Vincent?
Well, he was out that last game. That's what I'm saying. He didn't play much that last game, but he didn't put up the points. He had been doing great, and that's what I'm saying. In those last 3 losses before he got hurt, because he missed the game before, and he was there for this last game. But that other game, they hadn't been doing the things to win the game the way that they have normally been doing to get that 3-0 lead. And if they was gonna finish them, you got to come with that killer instinct, man. And they don't have it, and that's the only reason why I say it.
I do like the scrappiness with Miami. I still think Boston
ain't enough.
Point guard. Boston frustrates me.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Marcus Smart is
shots.
No.
He's not a point guard.
He don't have to be a point guard. He just has to facilitate like a point guard, and that's what he does.
I'm telling you right now, if Boston had a real PG, they would have breezed through the entire. They would have won the championship last year. They take
you
bad
don't need.
shots.
You just need 5 good players on the court that can work together.
But sometimes you need somebody to dictate the offense. There's got to be some.
The offense is already premeditated. I promise you, Boston's offense is already premeditated. The ball gonna get to Jason Tatum, or it's gonna go to Brown, and that's it.
Well, let me rephrase. They don't take bad. They take tough shots. Let me rephrase. They don't take bad shots. They take.
And
you know
what? Those tough shots have resulted in the last 3 games won by them, and they showing why they should have been already there, and why they should have got. They wouldn't go get swept.
Well, my job as a coach and as a GM, I don't want you to take tough shots. I want you to take efficient shots. I want you to take shots with a higher percentage. And you don't want them always have to shoot tough shots.
The ball just fell in the right place. It fell in the right place. It's the perfect storm. It is what it is.
It is.
I feel you, Vince.
Last but not least, I do want to get on this last topic of the day. D-Hop was released by the
Come on to
Arizona
Dallas. Yeah.
By the
Come on
Arizona
to Dallas.
Cardinals. He is an unrestricted free agent. Y'all already know my plight about this. If you're a young man, if you're a young player in the league, I always say get your paycheck. If you played on a championship team, blah blah blah, get your paycheck. You know, after a while, you will sacrifice winning to get a paycheck, whatever. But if you've made a whole bunch of money and have yet to win a championship in the league, now's your time to go choose a team you can win a championship with. So D-Hop right now is 31 years old. He's in the twilight of his career. Probably got a good 4 years left in the tank with no nagging injuries on him. Top 5 wide receiver in the league. Some people consider him 1 or 2. Where on earth does he go?
Man, I looked at some of the things and places he could go. Excuse me. I really think I'm not. I'm biased. I please don't say that. No. Stop. You gonna make me call some more.
He going to the Jets, man.
No, man. You don't go to the Jets. That's not a winning team. That's not a winning team. Just because they have Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know, man. Jets are pretty good.
The Jets are trash. We ain't even seen them play. We ain't even seen them play. They trash. They trash.
Man, Jets are a 10-win team with a
Oh, come on. I'm not gonna say that because Aaron Rodgers might get over there and be Aaron Rodgers a cow and be this cocky a-hole that don't want to play football no more, and he just go out there and be like, he get mad and just say, man, I don't want to play for New York. I'm tired.
Listen, JD.
JD.
He's not going to the Cowboys. He's not going to
hey, whoa. You been in Texas once. You can bring your baby mamas to the facility, and guess what? We good. We good.
If anything, he come back to Houston.
Nah, F that. Nobody want to go to Houston. I don't want to go to Houston.
We got that bum out of here, so we good now.
Oh, he said that bum.
Yeah. Oh, it was a lot of them, yeah. but Bill O'Brien.
I know what you're talking about. But no, I'm not mad at I just
Bill O'Brien.
I don't know if Houston's.
He was okay.
I just don't want the Jets. No, Bill O'Brien was not okay. I with you, Vince. He was not okay. You got that bum out of there, and he gone back to New England or wherever he had.
Wherever he came
Alabama,
from.
wherever.
He went right back to the UK.
He was scared, right? He was scared.
He can be scared. He can stay scared wherever he is. Sorry.
He was scared. He was scared of the moments. That's what that
was. I mean, you had all the talent on the field, man. That's all,
man. You had athletes, and you scared.
You up 28? What was the score? 28
to 0 or something like that or 24 to 0 against Kansas City. Yeah. You want to know why I ain't really watched no football since then? Because I'm still stuck in that same day. I'm still stuck watching that game.
I remember that.
Yeah,
we had. Oh Lord, man, I felt bad, but at the same time, I was just hoping my Cowboys were gonna do something. I probably ain't doing that.
Right there in that moment.
I'm waiting for D-Hop list of the teams where he could potentially go play for. He said Buffalo, Kansas City, Buffalo, Kansas City, Philadelphia, and the Chargers. Chargers is one of them. But he listed some elite quarterbacks, quote unquote elite quarterbacks. But I think if this was me, I think if I'm a Hopkins, there's 3 places I would probably go. Then I'm not gonna say San Francisco because they don't have an elite quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I would go. Number 1 is Kansas City. I go Kansas City. If I want to win a championship, I go Kansas City.
Yeah, you definitely go there. It makes most sense out of everything.
The Ravens.
I go to Kansas City. I would not go to the Ravens. I want to see how Lamar. I want to see how he does this year. I want to see how they do with this new offense before.
You know what? New offense. You got Odell Beckham Jr. You got Bateman, whatever his name is.
I want to see how this new offense works first. Because if it ain't gonna work, I would just want to say number 2 is Cleveland. My old buddy, my old buddy, Sean Watson, baby. I know he's gonna. Well, I'm telling you right now. Mark my words. He will be a Cleveland Brown.
Stop that, man. Please stop. Because when you say stuff like
I'm
this,
saying
sometimes it comes true. Stop.
I'm
Stop.
thinking he's gonna be a Jet. I
I'm
feel it
telling
coming.
And you stop over there too, talking about you want to go over there to jet land. Like he gonna be jetting out of there too.
I don't know why,
He
but I
come
feel
on to
like the
Texas.
Dolphins too. I feel
But
like
You
the
know what?
but
Dolphins.
I thought about that because I said Miami would be a
I'm,
great place.
I'm
And I was
telling
talking to somebody just the other way. Tyreek Hill said this is his last year in the NFL. And if
you,
you
right.
want to go somewhere, and if Tua is really that guy, you give
Tua's
him the
not that.
chance. Well, he might not be that guy. I'm just saying if he's that guy,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
have Tyreek Hill because you've proven you can get the ball to people. Now you put D Hop on the other side. My gosh, what I mean, and if he's just a distraction, who you gonna cover? Which one do you
true.
cover? So I'm just
Nobody.
saying,
Yeah.
from that step, that you
There's
really
two
can't
other.
because I mean, you're gonna give up some stuff, and it
There's
opens
two
up
other
the
places.
running game.
There's two other places that does make sense. Two other places that
Go
make
ahead.
sense. New York Giants.
Makes sense,
They have zero wide receivers. Then listen, Daniels
but
he ain't bad. He
you know
needs
what?
He's
offensive
not
line.
bad. He's not bad.
He's not bad. He
He's
needs
not.
offensive line.
You're not gonna have
LeBron
Shaquan Barkley.
James.
You're probably not gonna have Shaquan Barkley,
No, he probably won't have it. But
and
give
that's
him a
why I
number one
say.
target. Johnson ain't bad.
But who's gonna run the ball and who's gonna where's the threat at? If you have a good defense, 9 times out of 10, we're not losing the game because of your passing game in the instance. If you don't have a running game that throws us off, we know what we're gonna do. We're gonna stop your passing game. D Hop gonna
If
get
they,
his,
but
but guess what?
think about
We're gonna
the Giants.
overtake you. They only got one receiver. They only got one
Think about
receiver. Well, and excuse me, they got the tight end. I forgot about the addition of what's his name from the Raiders. So I see your point, but I still don't see you still gonna stop the passing game.
and then finally, well, it could be another one, but finally, I would probably gonna say New Orleans or
Pittsburgh.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't see him going to Atlanta.
I just said I wouldn't see him going to Atlanta,
Yeah,
but New Orleans.
New Orleans is Derek Carr is very attractive. That's a very attractive.
Derek Carr is gonna be your best average quarterback. He's
you got
like
Chris Olave over there,
and there's a veteran. So now you're getting all you guys back on the team. They can make a run in the playoffs. Who knows?
You're right.
You know, it's very possible. But like I said, my gut feeling is Cleveland comes out of nowhere and swoops them up.
Don't do it.
He goes to Cleveland. Cleveland, you know, their roster's already pretty good. He better not go to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's the best team in that division, hands down. Ravens are pretty good.
I was actually thinking about Cincinnati.
Ravens,
just now.
He better not go.
They got to get ready to pay some people. They got to get ready to pay some people.
I couldn't see him fitting in Cincinnati just
because
you're
not
going. You got people that need to get paid. That's coming.
Yeah. But that's a good throw out there.
Like I said before,
ooh, sheesh.
he's a veteran. He's 31 years old. Are you looking to get paid, or you want to win a championship?
I mean, you looking for your championship for sure. But I just don't know. I don't know if you got that time to sit there and be like, because he gonna be the third receiver on the squad.
Yeah, Cincinnati be third receiver on the squad.
Yeah, you definitely the third one. So I'm like, even if you try to split and say, hey, you are number two, ain't nobody rolling for that, bro.
What about Minnesota?
And
Minnesota, they're not gonna have a quarterback.
They have Captain Kirk.
Got too many other. Yeah, but I'd have not for one season. Kansas City for 1 year. Kansas City
1 year for sure.
For 1 year.
But what about Pittsburgh? What about Pittsburgh?
He's not a Pittsburgh guy.
I know, but I'm just saying.
You can look at football players and tell if they're Pittsburgh.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just throwing it out there. It's just like because Mike Tomlin, he don't miss, and if he could swing him over there,
he don't miss.
And I hate about you. I hate. Well, look, I almost said your boy because I know how much neither one of us really like Big Ben, but I sure hate the way he didn't want Kenny Pickett to be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He didn't want him to succeed him. I said, boy, that's childish. That's trash. That's just like locking somebody in a room and getting away with it.
It's
freaking crazy.
He sound like Brett Favre. I don't want him to. Come on, why you upset about it, man?
Why you be shooting at Brett like that, man? Let Brett make it.
I don't like Brett Favre. I
Come
can't
on,
stand
man.
Brett Favre.
Leave Brett alone. He got enough trouble as it is right now.
That's the problem. Sprinkle a little more trouble on there. Just a tad bit more.
Look, what
Isn't
you
it
said?
ironic? Isn't it ironic Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets? Isn't it ironic he goes to the Jets?
I just don't see. And you know how good Brett Favre really was in Green Bay. I look at it like the same way I look at Aaron Rodgers was good. He got a championship with Green Bay. I just don't see that happening.
He wanted to get that second one so bad so he could be better.
He really did.
He wanted.
He really did.
And maybe that's why you went to the Jets.
Hey, Brett Favre was looking at him like this, like Miss Miyagi, like.
But in a way, he could have got it. But I mean, I feel like he beat himself in the foot.
Yeah,
he shot himself in the foot. I mean,
he wouldn't beat San Francisco. That's what that was.
He just was trying to. I don't know. I don't want to say control, but
No, you said it right. You said it right. I really think he was.
When you got receivers who are getting booted off the team, and they saying that Aaron Rodgers is the reason I lost my job, like that ain't a good look.
You're right.
Aaron Rodgers thought he was the Green Bay Packers, and you know what? He was the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, he really was.
Was the Green Bay Packers. And they're not wrong for that because they put him on the pedestal. Tom Brady was the New England Patriots.
The New England Patriots. He was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's no image is everything. If this is the name of this show, image is everything, right? Does not matter. One man is going to be above. That's just how the league is. They want superstars, monarch players. Listen, Dirk Nowitzki finally got his trophy. Dirk Nowitzki is the Dallas Mavericks,
and he got more. He got more years than LeBron James. 21 in the same organization, baby, and he got a statue.
Michael Jordan is the Chicago Bulls. I don't care if he's a GM of the New York Knicks. He is the Chicago Bulls. Mm-hmm. That's Michael Jordan, hands down. Now, Shaquille O'Neal is honestly, I'd rather have Orlando Shaquille than LA Shaquille.
There you go. I was about to say the same thing.
It's the Orlando Magics, and he has
everybody. I wish we could have the Penny Hardaway of Orlando.
Right. And for the sake of it, I want to say Kobe is the Lakers, but Kobe, there's never just one Laker. Unfortunately, there's never just one Laker.
Never let you do that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. In my mind, Kobe is the Lakers. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of great people.
In my mind,
there's a lot of great ones that came to the organization. But Kobe is the Lakers.
But you got Magic, you got Kareem.
But you know what?
On a different level, man.
And I don't get nothing that like Vince said. You take nothing away from Magic. You take nothing away from Kareem. All of the greats that they've had.
Great.
But at the end of the day,
I know what you're saying.
Who's the most memorable one? Who's the one who put up 81? Who's the one with the battle and got championships? Who
walked away I was like, his last game with 60,
bro. Who played with a torn Achilles tendon shooting free throws before you even walked off the court? I'm like, you remember these moments. Like Magic, I'm like, okay, yeah, you had triple doubles. You was 6'9" point guard. Come on. Like, if you want to say anybody was in a true point guard, it's definitely Magic. So, I mean, it's a lot of stuff I look at. He was darn near the same height as Kareem. So I just look at it. They're great. Don't get nothing. I don't want nobody to come at us and be like, "Oh, he was talking bad about him." Not talking bad. Kobe is me. There's Kobe.
Yeah.
Now my question is, who is LeBron though? Where's his house?
We know it's got to be Cleveland.
A long time ago.
Because you're gonna say it's Miami.
No,
listen.
He ain't got no home. He ain't got no home. He done moved too much.
You're gonna say it's Miami.
No, D Wade go Miami.
Nah, I'm gonna say it's Miami because they was down there. They was down there dressing. You saw what was going on down there, so I'm gonna say it's Miami. You saw it, Vince. You know what was going on.
Miami,
him and D Wade out there.
Miami is the house that Wade built.
D Wade is Miami. I give him that. He could have Miami. LeBron is Cleveland. Like that.
It's gonna be Cleveland.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
But I understand where Vince coming from because they don't even. Yeah.
Exactly. They don't even.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the one championship he got in Cleveland trumps any championship he'll ever have. That's the greatest championship LeBron James
Now watch
ever.
this.
If he
Watch him go back to retire. Watch
The
him go back
bubble
to retire.
championship don't even register for me.
I don't even. You know what? I forgot all about the Miami titles. That one Cleveland title trumped anything else he ever did.
Well,
'Cause,
because
like,
the Miami, it's supposed to be 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6.
Right. Not 7, not
So,
8, especially
yeah.
not 2. But just the Cleveland, this is for you. That is the greatest title. Honestly, if I'm ranking like all-time championships, that's like top 5 for me.
It shouldn't even
Like,
happen though. It was a gold
him-
10. I'm still gonna tell y'all, it was a gold 10 off the backboard.
you out of line for that. It wasn't a goal team.
I'm not out of line. It was a gold 10. The ball hit the backboard. It was a gold 10.
That was, to me, that was a good.
Referees got burner accounts now, so it was a gold 10.
Listen. That was the most structured title win I've ever seen.
Oh Lord!
Get out of here! Like, please end it.
Boy,
it was in the script, and somebody dropped the scripts.
I'm just saying, the NBA got they got a way of making things happen.
Oh my God! Now you believe in the NBA scripts too?
I'm with you, Vince.
I'm not saying it's a script. I'm just saying sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
I'll say it like this: how many times have we seen Steph Curry foul out?
Like once.
Only once. And when was that? That was in Cleveland. Was it game 5 or game 6? It was game 6, wasn't it?
6.
It was game 6. It was game 6 when they was up.
I think it was 6.
I never seen Steph Curry cuss in real life or
In
whatever.
Real
He
life.
cussed, and he
remember he threw his mouthpiece to the ground.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He threw his mouthpiece in the sound. I'm like, Steph Curry is pissed off.
Like,
he is mad right now.
Come on, man.
Like, what is going on? He is cussing. He is mad. Like, not Godson. He can't do this, man.
His wife up in
not Godson.
Somebody's rig. Mom and daddy just left the stadium.
Yeah. He like,
boy got cheated.
They cheated him,
man. Come on, dog.
They did, because they should have that should have been their championship. I don't care.
Yeah,
I watched it.
I don't know who's writing the scripts. Maybe it's 50 Cent. I don't know. Somebody's doing some good screenwriting. They need to.
He writing them in the club.
Yeah, he writing them in the club. He's doing all the power scripts or whatever. I don't know who do it. That was a great script writing for that. That's some great stuff. That was beautiful. Like, you couldn't have wrote that even any better than that. Like, then it's a game 7 on the road, Cleveland versus Golden State, before they got KD. And then they couldn't do nothing with KD. KD's just being disrespectful. He pissed on everybody. That was horrible. Like, that was so unfair. Like, that was one of the most unfair advantages.
It wasn't unfair.
It's like Jordan. It's just like Jordan getting Anthony Hardaway. Or Jordan getting Tracy McGrady.
You know what? Hold on.
Bro, that would have been beautiful.
I don't feel like that's unfair. And let me tell you why.
It was unfair.
Because it was very clear. No. Because it was very clear that Steph Curry on his team was the star of that team. Everybody else was role players that played really good. But on LeBron's team, it was him and it was Kyrie.
Kyrie, yeah.
Yeah. So it would have been unfair to match anybody with Steph, but that just is a testament to how good Steph was. Because there was no equal. There was no equal to what they had in the Lakers.
But at the same time, like you said, it was a test of how good KD was too.
This is Kevin. It ain't like you got Zach LaVine or somebody else.
I'm gonna be real with you.
You got the best scorer in the league.
Listen. You could have gave Steph anybody that was a star, and he would have won that championship. He would have won them championships, bro, because he was that good. Oh. Even in his losses right now, he averaged 30. The rest of the team that ain't showing up.
Yeah, because Jordan Poole was absent.
I don't want to talk about that.
Clay total 30 over 5 games.
Yeah,
Jordan Poole is gone. He is out of. He is not a Golden State Warrior anymore. Draymond Green proved that. That punch.
No. Oh, I was just going to say it. God, dog. It was the power of the punch. Jesus.
Then you know what Steph Curry was doing after they lost? He probably went back and looked at that video. see what Draymond did now. He knew Draymond Green knew a lot of stuff before it happened. He knew KD was gonna leave. He knew Jordan Poole was gonna act for. You know what? Draymond Green ain't that bad. Everybody's mad at Draymond Green because he's a dark skin of the light skin crew.
So you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me this is like the Scarlet Witch when she showed the end game to Iron Man? That's what it is.
Draymond Green was knowing he cussed KD out before he knew KD was leaving, and KD left. He punched Jordan Poole because he knew he wasn't gonna play right in the semifinals. That's exactly what he did. I'm like, that
man can see into the future. Hey, he was hanging out with Flash.
You wanna talk about scripted? Ask yourself this question: why would you leave a dream job like that, where you ain't got to be in front like that, bro, holding up a team, and yet you still get crowned as the best player on the team when you ain't even got to put in the work like that?
You know what? I probably would never leave.
Exactly.
I want to ring
because you got you got two, didn't you?
You're not done playing. So what? You finna go suck everywhere else you go?
Yeah.
Doing it now.
Exactly. That's because it's
KD ain't been the same since he left the Warriors.
Yeah. Because
KD
he was told he
had
to leave. Because he was told he had to leave.
KD has not been the same since he left the Warriors.
That young man have to figure out how to get back over there.
And you know who got better? You know the scary part? Steph Curry got better.
Yeah.
The best championship he had was his last year when he turned 33 years old. That's a whole different. That's a total different Steph Curry. He was bulking up like I'm the man. He's like
pointing, when he said like, pointing, that is the hardest moment I have ever seen in NBA.
I'm like Steph Curry. He the man now. He's like,
and
I am him.
He should have been able. He should have been able to get there this year, but Jordan Poole shot him out of games, and they didn't have enough role players on that squad.
Clay would hurt him, man.
No, it wasn't Clay. It wasn't
Clay.
It was what's it called from Toronto. It was
Wiggins being out.
Yeah, I blame. Yeah, I'm not blaming on Wiggins.
But listen, though,
Wiggins has a personal issue. He just wasn't. He wasn't
have Clay play 40 minutes and average 9 points.
He just wasn't.
Like
everybody's not going to be on all the time.
You can't.
Everybody's not going to be on all the time.
You won't.
Andrew Wiggins is the
guy. He had 4 games like that. 4.
But Clay is like after 2 back-to-back ACL tears. You got to look at Clay as being like a 6 man.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. He got to come off the bench.
And he's got to come off the bench, and you got to find somebody to replace him in that role. No, I'm not saying he's got to come off the bench for it. He's got to come off and have fresh legs. Can't start the game and go 40 minutes like what Vince is saying. And that's what he said. You can't play 40 minutes.
You can't go 2 quarters and not score and relying on Steph over there getting layups smacked because you the shooting guard, bro.
Man,
and you got to find somebody who's similar to Klay Thompson that can either shoot the ball or drive the ball.
The difference between Golden State winning championships, they're surrounded by a bunch of shooters. The difference between that is Andrew Wiggins is the only guy on that team that's a starter that can find his own shot. You don't have to draw plays for Andrew Wiggins. He can create his own shot. Same thing with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant can create his own shot. Those are the guys running the offense to keep running. Kevin Durant, he just dribble, shoot, shoot, post up. Andrew Wiggins can do that.
Yeah.
And everybody else is getting hot. That's a big difference in between the game. That's why I thought could win it. Jordan Poole is a replica of Steph Curry, and he can't do what Steph Curry does. He don't have that. He don't have that leeway. But he thought he did.
He's a bad replica.
And he thought he did, but Draymond Green gave him that Steven Jackson punch, that ride punch, and it's like, hey, it's whatever. But I don't know. I'm a firm believer in teams coming back and playing hard. Steph Curry earned a lot of respect that last championship against Boston. I thought I saw a different Steph. I thought I saw a Hall of Fame Steph Curry because Michael Jordan I don't think he's a Hall of Famer at this point. I think that's a Hall of Fame. That's a grown man Steph Curry right there. Like he's gotten better since KD left. And like I said, it's one of my favorite NBA commercials of all time. The Steph Curry commercial. And he's like pocket full of dimes, like he's showing him dribbling. They got the choir singing in the background. That's one of the best ones of all times. But that's one of my favorite ones he's done. And I think he's made that old now. Like he's won that championship. He's got 4 rings. Do I think they win another one in the future? Yeah, I think they get one more. I think they got to do that. LeBron, I don't know if he wins another one. This is his best chance to do it. He's right.
It really wasn't his best chance to do it.
He's breaking history right now. Every time he scores a point, he's the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. I don't think that's settled in with anybody. I just don't think that's settled in with anybody just yet. He is a leading scorer in NBA history.
You know what? Like that doesn't matter. You've been there since you 18 years old, man.
That's impressive, JD. That's impressive. 20 years. He's been. Who else has done that? Who else has gotten out of high school?
Who had the opportunity to do it? Nobody before him really had the chance. Kevin Garnett could have done it because he came from high school, but he wasn't that high scorer and volume person. He give you this, he give you that, but that was not his main goal. LeBron James, I'm gonna say this: he's a once in a lifetime talent as far as him. It's great that he owns that. But guess what? You look at the numbers that Kareem put up. You look at the numbers that Jordan put up. Who's number 2 on that list behind LeBron? Who's number 2 in scoring?
I don't even know.
I believe it's either Michael or Kareem, one of the other. Who? It's either one of them.
It's Kareem then, right?
That's why I said it's Kareem or Michael. It's one or the other. Those guys went to college. They went to college. You put in 4 years, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what LeBron did. But I look at the gap that they weren't able to have in there and look at the number. Theirs are more impressive than LeBron's because they couldn't stay in the league 20 years. You couldn't do it, and they still are there. And yes, it's amazing what he's doing. The points, it's great. It is awesome. But I look at the fact that Jordan was able to do 2 back-to-back 3-peats. Like that's dope right there.
Hey, now you sound like Scottie Pippen. You hating on LeBron.
No. I'm not hating on him. I'm not Scottie. I'm not Scottie. That dude just straight hating. I appreciate what LeBron's doing, but it just doesn't hit me in the aspect that when I look at it, LeBron has 4 championships. That's great. He has multiple MVPs. He's multiple All NBA teams. Those things right there shows. And then you're like 38 years old. You're in your 20th year. Those are impressive right there. The numbers I care less about because he is a once in a lifetime physical specimen that can come in there and beat up on anybody, and he's gonna get his buckets. So it doesn't surprise me because I look at it in the whole.
And that's the troublesome part. He's 38 years old. He's still putting up. He's still putting up 40 plus minutes a game. That's a big problem. That's something that the LA Lakers. That's something the whole of the conversation they got to figure out because you got to replace LeBron James in some kind of capacity. He can't keep playing 40 plus minutes. I know he wants to continue to keep playing, but then again, he's not the shooter that he should be. If he could shoot the basketball better, he could probably play a little bit longer. But that's bad. I don't get on that conversation.
But he's a better shooter than he was when he first came in the league, though. I will give him that.
He is a better shooter. Don't get me wrong, he is a better shooter, but that overall, he's still not as consistent. Like Siles would say, and my brother would say, "Oh, he's shooting, but he shoot 40." I said, but given the count of how many times he's shooting, I was like, you want volume? You looking at volume, or you looking at just percentage? Is he gonna make 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10? If you got 10 3-pointers, how many is he gonna make in a game?
Right.
Like if he's shooting 5 out of 10, I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? But if he's shooting 3 out of 10, that's a problem.
2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 1 for 10. And that's what got them in trouble in this round, that last round.
If he's shooting 4 out of 10, we can live with that at this point in time. 4 out of 10 is 40%. I'm good with 40%. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 out of 5 in every half. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good with that. But at the same time, if you're guaranteeing me 10 3-pointers from LeBron and he's only making 3, I'm not gonna live with that. He's got to be a better shooter. But that's LeBron James, man. That's as Chris Broussard would say, LeBron. That's the Brian James. That's the Brian. I will leave on this note, guys. We got to go. We'll leave on this note. The best movie I've seen lately, because we got to throw in a movie in there.
Oh man,
Can't just do it out there.
I'm not gonna say. It's tough because I just went to go see the Mario Brothers. That was pretty dope. Mario Brothers was pretty dope. They gave an old school spin to it, but it was dope.
I saw it on Twitter. It was free on Twitter.
Oh man, shame on me for not knowing that.
Somebody released it. Somebody released it.
No, I know.
I saw the Little Mermaid movie. I took my daughter to go see that actually earlier today, and
I didn't do that. Well, I figured it'd be good. My baby liked it, but Guardians of the Galaxy.
I got me some good sleep.
Was pretty good too.
Got me some good sleep. Best sleep I got all week.
Yeah. Is that you want to watch Little Mermaid?
No, honestly, that was the first time I went to a movie in since like 2018, I think. I think last movie I saw was Creed 2. That's the last time I saw a movie in theaters was Creed 2.
Hey, irate.
So, but I did watch the Ant-Man movie. That was good.
That was good. Okay,
that's good too.
I watched John Wick last night.
Was it good? Because I still want to see it and I ain't seen it. I'm sure it's good.
It is. It's a lot more action. A lot more action in that movie than the other three. And Don, I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this right now. Donnie Yen, for him to be like almost 70, the dude, he's like 63. He's like 60, 63. He's up there. The dude hands is hella decent. All right, and I mean that all respect, because it's a part of the movie where I think I saw him punch this man 8 times. Like
3 seconds.
It's like
that's Donnie. Donnie for you. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, like I had to pause the movie. I was like, stop, no, I gotta buy this movie, dog. Like, y'all, you not.
Now, what did you watch this on?
I'm not giving my secrets out.
Oh, okay. I thought it was legal viewing, so I thought I'd be able to catch it. I'm sorry.
It had legal in there, but it's a little.
Okay. I was a little sick.
He's punching the dude. I'm like, come on, like I know you're not. You know how disrespectful it's got to be. You get punched 8 times and you didn't even swing once.
Yeah.
Your hands got to be pretty quick.
Yeah.
And the dude was like, I'm like, come on, dog. And they called him his name in the movie is called Kane, and he plays a blind man. So you already know you already know the dude got hands. He's a blind Chinese guy, and he knows martial arts. Come on, you know it's gonna be live.
What was the name of the movie again?
This is John Wick 4.
This is John Wick 4. Oh, he's in John Wick 4.
Yes.
I still gotta watch the second and third one. I never saw the second. I don't think I've seen the second.
Vince. Yeah, you gonna see why a blind guy coming out here. You gonna know why that blind guy out there.
Listen, John Wick is the best action movie series this decade. This since in the past 25 years, the best action movie series there is. Hands down. You can't. Keanu Reeves deserves an Oscar. Whenever John Wick is over and done with, if he doesn't get a Lifetime Achievement Award for playing John Wick, it trumps anything he's ever done. Matrix movie, don't even worry about it. The dude. Keanu Reeves invented the double tap. You know what I'm saying?
When Fast and Furious first came out, it was the best action, racing movie. And then after the fourth one,
you had to bring that trash.
Went downhill.
I need to watch that one. I need to watch that one too.
No. John, Keanu Reeves said it out of his mouth. Said it out of his mouth. Don't you bring that up.
Check this out. Next year is gonna be John Wick in space. John Wick in Tokyo. The Tokyo assassin.
Tokyo Rift. Son.
Oh man, John Wick,
Dom
Tokyo
Toretto.
Rift. Oh man, better crossover between him and Aliens.
Who is this guy, John Wick?
Yeah.
Like, listen, dog. Y'all listen. Dom Toretto don't want none of the Baba Yaga. He don't want the Baba Yaga. I promise you, he don't.
They family. They family, bro.
Listen, talk about cars. John Wick ain't worry about that, dog. That man is so messed up about his dog and his wife.
They done made 4 movies.
Listen,
They done made 4
took out
movies
the
about a
Russian
dog.
mafia.
Oh man.
He took out the Russian mafia.
All of a
Taliban.
dog.
The Taliban. The Asian triad gangs. Ain't nobody. You remember on Major Payne? Wait a minute. You remember on Major Payne when he's like, he went to the dude's office and he's like, he said, I'm used to killing, sir. He said, well, Major, you killed them all. That's John Wick. You killed them all. I mean, like, but no, for real though, he's real good. The movie, you watch John Wick, the action, Keanu Reeves does about 75% of his stunts.
Right.
And you can see the parts where he does his stunts. John Wick Part 2 was great. And then Part 3 was good, but Part 4 was like good. I know JD's gonna like because it's got the Asian flair to it, because I know it's got the Japanese stuff, got the swords and the stuff.
Hey,
now I gotta tell you this part.
You already know.
So Donnie Yen is blind, right? I gotta tell you this part. He's blind. So it's a part of the movie where he's fighting, and all of a sudden he comes out of his pocket and he puts these little sensors everywhere in his room. And he just walks around rubbing, puts sensors, walking around, and these guys are trying to follow him. And mind you, they got guns and swords. And so the guys walk by the sensor, and it's a little bell that goes off, and he knows where to shoot the gun. I'm like, dog, come on, man, come on, dog, y'all know you playing with me right now, dog. But he did it so smooth. He did it so smooth. He was just like, he's just like humming. I was like, what is he doing? Then he sits there with the gun, and he's playing, and he got the cane, he's got his gun out like this, and he hears them coming. And then all of a sudden it's like ding dong. I was like, he's shooting everybody. Hey, let me tell you, it's live. It's live.
I'm ready.
Yeah, it's live. But it's out now. You could buy it. it now. I'm probably just
gonna buy it. I just want to watch.
Cheap.
Just want to watch.
Because then when I watch I gotta watch when I'm bored or whatever. If I'm at work or doing something else, turn on John Wick. I'll leave watch it to a certain point and I'm gonna finish the movie, but I gotta buy it on Ultra HD. So I bought the other ones. So I mean I gotta buy this one. But
gotta get on that game of God of War, man.
Yes. fellas, That's So Dope is back.
Yes, sir.
That's Dope is back. Man, listen, I'm telling everybody, we're gonna be on a new network, the DSN Disrespect Network. You guys got to follow us. We got a lot of stuff in store this year. This is kind of getting the dust off a little bit. No, we went over at least 30 minutes, but we had a lot of conversation to talk about. But this is how the show's gonna go. Most of the time we're gonna have some different topics and stuff. But you catch the drift for how we talk. Hopefully you guys can go back and listen to some of our older episodes on iTunes. That's So Dope. On Apple iTunes and stuff. And of course, we are part of the DSN Network. We'll be doing some live shows. Hopefully, have a lot more guests, some people on the show. We talk about some other stuff, maybe some sports, movies, other topics, and all this other kind of stuff. Our partners or whatever. Of course, with DSN Network, we got another family show, Against the Ropes or Top of the. I can't remember Top of the Ropes, Off the Ropes. Brett and those guys, Off the Ropes. Brett and those guys at DSN. Follow them. They got a live show tomorrow. Keep up with them as well and follow us as well. And then, of course, we'll be a part of the NetSN crew. So JD's official part of NetSN crew. We're going to get him involved, kind of trying to get him involved and stuff so we can, orientate him in and get some stuff going and we could call some games, all this kind of stuff. But listen, guys, follow us on NetSN. We've got a weekly wrap-up show and stuff coming up. Like us, follow, share, subscribe, and watch the show. It's your boy CM. Got JD. Vince in the building. That's So Dope. Holla at your boys.
Later.